So this time next year, Hamilton takes this stage.
Absolutely.
And the Forrest Theater has a lot of history of its own.
It's a great old house. It's built in the tradition of the Schubert theaters in New York.
The Schubert family built hundreds of roadhouses around the country so Broadway shows could go on tour.
It was actually built in rather record time for theaters in those days. It went up within 6 months.
That was back in 1927. The Forrest recently underwent a major renovation a year and a half ago that uncovered some surprises.
All of that scroll work that had been painted over years ago.
The Forrest seats just over 1,800.
It really is intimate. I can see all the way up to the top seat.
Yes.
And every one of those seats will likely be filled for Hamilton's near-record 12-week run.
This is a perfect place for it.
It's just 8 blocks from the house Alexander Hamilton and his wife Eliza rented from 1790 to 1795.
There are no other cities where the theater's going to be on the same street where Alexander Hamilton himself used to live.
The house is gone, but a plaque marks the spot.
You would not see me getting an invitation to his house.
Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton famously clashed.
Rather differing opinions over the idea of national debt.
But the founding father from historic Philadelphia, Inc. agreed to serve as our guide to Philadelphia's key Hamilton spots.
Mr. Hamilton, he established our first national bank. Now, the bank was first actually in Carpenter's Hall.
There's also the Second Bank of the United States, now a portrait gallery of prominent Americans from the 18th and 19th centuries.
We are truly steeped in our history here in Philadelphia.
When the founding fathers weren't working to ratify the Constitution at Independence Mall, you could often find them at City Tavern on South 2nd Street.
It's the only way I can get through a debate with Mr. Hamilton. It's through the bottom of a pint glass.
Wander up North 5th and you can tour the U.S. Mint. As Treasury Secretary, Hamilton pushed Congress to approve the money-making facility.
Alexander Hamilton was a huge deal.
And the National Constitution Center is celebrating his importance in lots of ways.
Here you go.
The Hamilton experience is all about his younger years.
You can learn about his life growing up in the Caribbean.
Gotta be George Washington, that's right.
And also his time in the American Revolution.
In the exhibit, Hamilton, the constitutional clashes that shaped a nation, you can literally walk in Hamilton's footsteps, tracing the 10 paces in his deadly duel with Aaron Burr. In Signers Hall, you can see eye to eye, or not, with Hamilton and all of the founding fathers.
We also have a Hamilton trivia game.
Here with the musical fun facts.
It's a Jeopardy-style game that tests your knowledge of the nation's youngest founding father.
Which man's bid for the presidency would Alexander Hamilton eventually support?
That would be Thomas Jefferson, Hamilton's political rival.
It's going to be an exciting time.
I believe that the 18th century is the most advanced century we have ever lived in. I'm excited to be here.
And of course, there's an app for the man and the musical that has become a pop culture phenomenon, created by a Philadelphia writer.
She links the songs up to the different locations.
So you visit a landmark location as you listen to the hit song that tells the story of what happened there.
The app is $4.99, but proceeds help restore the first bank.